Alright, welcome to the 2019 in January flip through of my bullet journal. I'm very excited about how this one has turned out. So here is the cover for 2019. Now, it's interesting because none of this was my original concept. Originally I was going to have George be the cover for 2019, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. So we've got Scary Fear here, and I'm very happy with his pose and the coloring and just how everything turned out. His catchphrase is, "What powers will you give me tonight?" But since he's the cover of the year, I decided to change it to "What powers will you give me this year?" Which I think is really cool and kind of creepy at the same time. So he's definitely ready to start the new year. Next we've got the year at a glance. And these are the 4 main characters from my fictional game Triangulum Resistance. I'm really happy because we've got a new character. We've got RipTalon, the cybernetic raptor up top, and I am thrilled with how cool he came out. I like all his glowing parts in his chest and on his tail, and I'm definitely looking forward to culling him and doing a full body piece with him. And then in the lower left corner we've got the Doc. He's actually a virus. I love that irony. He's a bacteriophage, a giant phage. And basically he's a giant crystal creature that is able to fly. Then up top we've got George Smith. You guys know George, the centipede demon cowboy. And then in the lower right we've got Scary Fear having fun. And so yeah, this page was really fun to make. Then we've got last year's resolutions. I only had 2, and then the resolutions from this year as well. I'm gonna still have to write down what the birthdays are for this year, and a very simple key. Usually I keep things simple. I just color in the squares once I do them, or X them out if I have to cancel them out. So now we've got the January cover page, and this is where I messed up. I thought this page was the first page, and I drew George, and I didn't know that I had skipped a page, so it messed everything up. January's theme was supposed to be Moby Dick, and since this is traditional art, I wasn't able to do anything about it. Had it been digital, I could have just moved him to another layer, so much easier. I decided that since he's already there, I may as well use him, so January became a theme for both George Smith and his true form is Galamach, and his best friend Solan Ra, whose true form is Sorath, the sun god. So we've got the month now, and I drew Sorath, and I really enjoyed drawing all his planets. That's always fun. I drew him in marker, and though I like how it turned out and I love the way markers look, I probably won't be doing that again because I was so worried about the markers bleeding through, and it was kind of a stressful drawing to keep looking at the page behind it, making sure nothing had gone through. Of all the planets, I'm really happy with how the Earth turned out. I had fun adding in all the clouds and everything, and I think it's got a nice kind of a 3D look to it. And up top we've got Sorath's main weapon, which is the Sun Staff. And now my dailies, and here I write down what chores and stuff that I do every day no matter what. I'll put those in there. That way I'm not writing them in on my weeklies. And at the very bottom I had room to draw something, so I decided to put in bullet because since George and Solan were going to be the focus of this, there weren't that many budgies, and she was mad about it. And she goes, "I'm not in this enough." So I decided to do some budgie stickers on the ideas page. Make it simple and easy and kind of represent bullet. This lower budgie down here is actually a yellow lace wing. They're very rare, so I was happy that I found a sticker like this. This is a yellow version of what bullet is. So there's the Empress with her crown, her majesty. And now we come to the first week, I haven't had a chance to try out this shape of weekly logs. Hopefully that'll be a good shape to use that I might use more often. And then we've got George in his hybrid form. So he's got his antennas and his tail and his sharp teeth. Alright, now we've got the following week, and I really like this layout. I'm going to use the little boxes under the numbers for the weather icons that I'll be drawing in, like little suns and clouds. And we've got Solan making sure that he's on time. He's always on time. And we've got Galamotch on this weekly page. Now I was really running out of time. I was pushing myself hard to make all these drawings and finish and still have some of the month left over. So I started to make the layouts very simplistic. I don't like minimalism in my art. I think these bullet journals should be beautiful and fancy and awesome and full of action. So I went all out on him, but I kept the layouts basic. Hopefully next month, since I have more time to draw, I can make my layouts better than this. Once again, time was running out, so I did a very basic layout, but what I like about this layout is that the days of the week are in different areas. They're kind of going all over the place, so that should be interesting to use, and I think there's enough room under all of them to write. So that'll be an interesting one to use. And I really like how George turned out on this. And this was Chris's idea, actually, to have him looking up at his friend Solan. And the last page, decided to go with a circular weekly because there's only 4 days in the last week. So that worked out pretty well. And we've got George on his motorcycle. And I'm pretty happy with how it all turned out. So yeah, quick flip through now. Oh, and I want to mention a shout out, thanks to Pumpkin Patch 1993 for the great Christmas gift. I used the Faber-Castell Pit Artist pens in Sanguine, which is not actually red, they're actually more of an orange, so I used that for the banner. Now I have the black ones that I've been using for about 6 months now. I love these things. These are the pens that I ink everything with and write most of my stuff. I made all these boxes with these. I love Faber-Castell pens. They're great. So thanks for joining me on this month's bullet journal. Hope you guys enjoyed it.